Greetings, fellow audience, and you're about to get a quick rundown and news summary of whatever happened on April the 19th of 2023. This is the 90th episode of the show Too Long Didn't Scroll, the show for all your daily news fixes. There is no need to scroll through a long and endless-seeming newsfeed when you can just turn on a quick, less than 5-minute summary of all important world events from the previous day. Let's get down to the news now, shall we? We start off the events this day once again in the country of Sudan, embroiled in nationwide clashes between the forces of the Sudanese military junta and the paramilitary group, the Rapid Support Forces. The RSF was originally created by a previous iteration of the Sudanese government to assist it in the war in Darfur, though the RSF, together with the Sudanese military, turned on the government and cut short its transition to democracy in a coup d'etat in 2021. However, relations between the RSF and junta deteriorated after the latter tried to integrate the former into itself, and the leaders split over differences in ideology, culminating in the initiation of clashes on the 15th. This is your daily update on the Sudan clashes and the current Battle of Khartoum.
The clashing noise, and you're wondering if he's going to come back. Was it worth it? People's houses have been damaged. The infrastructure has been damaged even more now, and we barely even had an infrastructure to begin with.
The country of Germany had announced it was going to execute an operation to extract 150 German citizens from the now completely overrun capital city of Khartoum. As of the day of recording, however, Germany has since stated that the plans had not successfully gone through after the intended planes were unable to land in Khartoum, even though the airport had been retaken by Sudanese forces due to the violence and had to be rerouted. Japan, however, has stated its forces will attempt such an operation even in the wake of the earlier failure, and has announced that one of its aircraft will attempt to brave its way to Khartoum International Airport to pick up 60 Japanese nationals. Germany and Japan, along with the United Kingdom, have urged in the meantime for the citizens to shelter in place as the fighting continues.
Getting out of here, there's not going to be an evacuation.
In Sudan's capital, Khartoum, it seems anyone who can get out is doing so. The entire country may be rapidly...
Neighboring Chad has also gotten in on the action, with reports as of this day stating that a contingent of 320 Sudanese troops had been disarmed as they had crossed the border, but they also were reported as having detained numerous Sudanese refugees crossing into the country as well. In the East African nation of Mali, an insurgency is also taking place in that country's borders as separatists, banded together under the banner of the National Movement for the Liberation of Azawad, square off against government forces. The MNLA has stated that their mission is to attain greater autonomy or independence for the northern region they call Azawad, which is now largely under MNLA control. Jihadist insurgent groups and terrorist organizations aligned with groups like al-qaeda have also participated as well, which both government forces and the MNLA are fighting against. As of the day of recording, an ambush on a Malian government delegation has occurred near the town of Nara in the Kolikuka region, killing 4 members of the delegation. It is suspected that the attack was perpetrated by jihadist insurgents. In the war-torn country of Yemen, a major disaster has occurred in the form of a crowd crush in the capital city of Sanaa in the Houthi government-held portion of the country. During an event organized by local merchants, crowds of people gathered in front of a local school after hearing of offers to give away 5,000 reals, or $9 USD to each person. The chaos in the crowds prompted Houthi patrols in the area to fire into the air in an attempt at crowd control, though one of their shots hit an electrical wire, which proceeded to spark and explode. The crowd proceeded to panic and run, causing a massive stampede that left at least 85 dead and well over 320 injured. The Houthi Ministry of the Interior has stated they would open an investigation into the incident. In the country of Canada, one of the largest strikes in the country's history in over 30 years is now occurring nationwide. Crowds of federal service workers, 155,000 strong, agreed to go on strike after unions failed to reach a deal with the Public Service Alliance of Canada over pay raises and approaches to remote work. The federal workers, mostly including employees of the Treasury and Tax Service, were arguing for pay rises between 13% and 30% over a 3-year period and improved opportunities for remote work. The Canadian government and Public Service Alliance have stated that they were unable to make an agreement on such terms, and stated that it has done everything it could to reach an amiable deal. Canadians are now warned of delays and backlogs in provision of government services as the strike begins, including tax processing and immigration passport services. In other news, Bulgaria has followed suit behind other European countries like Poland, Hungary, and Slovakia in banning imports of Ukrainian surplus grain, citing that the country needs to focus on its own local food production chains. And a heatwave across Asia has forced several school closures in India and caused record-breaking temperatures of 42.7 and 44.6 degrees Celsius, or 108.9 and 112.3 degrees Fahrenheit, in Laos and Thailand, respectively.